Hello, everyone, and welcome to Millennial Rewind, where we take a not so sentimental look at the movies and TV shows that were around when millennials were growing up. I'm your host, Nick, coming to you from the party boy capital of the world, Los Angeles, California. And once again, Jules will not be joining us. He is currently in hiding. Apparently, he had to put a cap in his rap rival Little Caesar's ass, and the Italian police are looking for him. We wish him all the luck in the world. But joining me from the bowling ball to the groin of Southern California, the Inland Empire, is my co-host, John. John, what's happening?
I'm still just stunned. Wow, after what we just saw. Holy shit.
Yeah, wow, the shit that we were into the early 2000s. It is a scathing indictment of the fucking wasteland that was early 2000s culture.
We as in just people? Because I was not a part of this.
I may have watched some Jackass back in my day. I can't confirm or nor deny. I'm confirming it. I definitely watched some of this. But before we get into that, if you like what you hear today, please do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure to share the show with anyone you think might like to listen as well. And I mean, we've already spoiled it. We watched Jackass the movie. And John, how would you tell someone you watched Jackass the movie without saying the title?
Why? I mean, just why?
Yeah, just why? Yeah, you just ask that question randomly to someone, they should know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, why? Why this movie? Why this cultural phenomenon? We'll get into it more, but oof.
Yep.
This is the part where you ask me about my alternate title.
I don't want to. I've suffered enough. Let me go. All right, all right. And if the question of why wasn't enough, what other title might you give this movie? Maybe help some people figure it out.
Okay, well, when we do this bit, we're like, oh, what alternate title would we give the producers back in the day? Blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to go ahead and time bend for this one because this reference did not exist in 2002, but I would call it Ow My Balls the movie.
Yeah.
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 Little idiocracy reference for you. Just a lot of testicular distress in this film, and I think just the Jackass series
I'll say,
in
yeah,
general.
Jackass was more or less ow my balls anyway. God.
Yeah, so John, what was your experience with this movie slash franchise growing up?
Back when it was happening, I never really got into it. Knoxville had done a video of testing some self defense and weapons and stuff on himself, like pepper spray and stun gun, and he wore a bulletproof vest and like shot himself with the gun, that sort of stuff. That wound up on a skater video. Those were huge at the time, late 90s into early 2000s. Skater videos, man. And it was a lot of people, failing at doing tricks and getting hurt, and also just usually some stupid stunts and stuff. Anyway, the Jackass guys, they just were able to push it further. Jackass was basically a combination of a few people who were doing this kind of stuff. Bam Margera, his CK.
Yes, CKY, Camp
I was
Kill
about to say, was it
Yourself.
CKY or CYK? I couldn't remember the order.
It's
Yeah,
CKY,
CKY.
which stands for Camp Kill Yourself.
Yeah. And so basically, all these people got brought together. There was a bidding war between Comedy Central and MTV won out for producing the show, basically.
And they really leaned into lowbrow reality TV as a brand. The early 2000s were really kind of like the wild west of reality TV. A lot of concepts that we know from that era came out of that. Jackass was one of them, Fear Factor, Big Brother, a lot of reality TV show based off of cruelty. A lot of the entertainment value came at the suffering
I was
of
like
the
cruelty and
people.
or shock value. Yeah.
Yes.
And so things that are now like a TikTok trend or something for people who've never really seen these, it's sort of the ones you look at and just go, why is this a thing? Why is this so popular? Like there was that, what was it, Urban Olympics where people were trying to walk across the stacks of milk crates.
Yes,
And
there
you
was.
know it's never going to end well. And why are thousands of people doing this? It's basically like take those clips and just smash them together for 80 minutes.
Yeah, before you had all these self-publishing avenues. And it's so crazy that this all came out of skateboard culture. Because yeah, the magazine that I believe it was Big Brother magazine
Yep.
is what Johnny Knoxville did those articles for, well, slash made those videos for, where he shot himself and tested all this self-defense weaponry. Big Brother magazine was a skateboarding magazine. CKY, the Camp Kill Yourself crew with Bam Margera, they were all skateboarders making these dumb videos. It's kind of interesting that late 90s skateboard culture brought this whole hurt yourself and be a jackass.
Well, I mean, it was still the outside of society. It was still a big fuck you to, pedestrians, law enforcement, whatever else. And
Private property,
yeah,
all that good stuff. Yeah, so apparently Johnny Knoxville tried to be an actor, didn't really have too much success with that, I guess. Was doing those articles for Big Brother magazine.
yeah, he was having some commercials at the time and just trying to find different things, just pitching ideas around. The self defense equipment was one of them. And this did open some doors. He did wind up in a few movies here and there. And it was just always surprising to be like, oh shit, Johnny Knoxville.
He's an actor? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think what happened was he came across the CKY videos and reached out to them with the Jackass concept.
Yeah, him or one of the people that he was working with at Big Brother had reached out to them. They saw a few things. Basically, I think it was they've brought Bam over to LA and talked with him and watched, and he brought some videos.
And what's crazy about this entire franchise is that it involves future Academy Award winner Spike Jonze. An Academy Award winner, or at least a future Academy Award winner. Actually, no, he's still involved in the new movies. So, current Academy Award winner Spike Jonze helped create and produce this franchise. I mean, I know that he had a background in skateboarding and making skate videos, so I think that's where the natural crossover exists. But you don't look at Jackass and think the guy who did Being John Malkovich it must be involved in this. You know what I mean? Not a place where your mind goes. Yeah, so this was also huge in South Africa. We had MTV. We didn't have cable as Americans understand cable. We had satellite TV. So you'd get a satellite dish installed in your house. There was one provider, it was DSTV, digital satellite television, and it had local channels, it had the state-run media channels, and it had generally the international versions of American cable channels. So we watched British Cartoon Network growing up. So I watched a lot of British cartoons, which is, well, not British cartoons, but like British commercials while watching American cartoons. And so we also had MTV. So we had all the MTV music videos and we had all the MTV reality shows, including Jackass. So everyone was watching Jackass.
I'm sorry, South Africa. I'm so sorry.
No, don't be. Everyone leaned into it. I'm pretty sure a lot of guys did some stupid Jackass stunts down there. But I think what's very interesting, that's, kind of a difference between American and South African culture is that South Africa, unlike America, is not particularly litigious. So when we saw the warnings at the beginning of Jackass, it's like, warning, this was performed by professional stuntmen and you and your dumbass friends should not attempt to do these. And of course, people did it anyway. But in South Africa, we would laugh at Americans for doing that because it's like, yeah, no shit. Like, why, if you hurt yourself, that's your own fault. It's not because of Jackass. Like, why would you be able to sue because you did something stupid?
Oh, okay. So you found the fact that they needed to have the disclaimer was humorous in and of itself, basically.
Exactly. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, American litigiousness, like I don't think people understand that's outside of America. It is considered like one of the laughable facts of American society. Yeah, people are like, oh, you can sue people for, burning yourself with coffee from McDonald's.
That was actually a legitimate case, though.
Exactly. We would all later learn that was a legitimate case, and probably corporate propaganda had something to do with it being perceived as frivolous litigation. But yeah, that aspect of American culture very much made fun of outside of the US.
Yeah, I had a friend who lived in South Korea for a while as an English teacher, and one of the things he mentioned there was with their legal system, there's really no such notion of being completely at fault. So, like, even if a drunk driver clips you while you're walking down the sidewalk, well, you were still in that place at the same time. So, like, there's a little bit of like, here's how much this whole thing is worth, and you get this much of blame, this much of the blame, and da 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 da. And that keeps the super outrageous, millions of dollars lawsuits at a very, very low level, because you will shoulder some of the blame no matter how much you were somehow involved, even if it's like 0.5%.
That's crazy. So for merely existing near a drunk driver, you are somehow at fault? The fuck?
you were there. You were there to be hit. Not intentionally, maybe, but yeah.
What's crazy is the cultural impact of Jackass, the
Yeah, let's
global
steer this shit back
phenomenon
where it's gonna be.
that is Jackass. I like it's crazy that this was only on for 3 seasons on MTV, and then
Yeah.
went on to have several movies, and it just continues to be a cultural touchstone.
Yeah, but if they're anything like this one, again, I never really watched it much. They're movies in the loosest sense in which they fulfill a runtime.
Yes, they are feature-length videos,
Video
and
compilations, yeah, there's
exactly.
not even a through line or even like a concept of a story. It's just here's some dumb shit we wanted to do.
Yeah, there's not even like a running theme throughout any of it. This is a YouTube compilation that got a feature film release.
That is a surprisingly accurate way to to state that. I mean, it's wow. Now, I mean, I don't want to harp too much of just, oh, this is so nothing, da da da. For the most part, I did really enjoy myself, especially when they were only fucking with themselves or just going for crowd reactions, because that shit is typically fun shit to do. And so I did
Yes.
enjoy that. When they're just overtly fucking with other people or their property, that's when I get the head shake going on. But then there's plenty where I just again say, why?
Yes. Why? Why are you putting yourself through this? Why are you doing this? I mean, well,
And those are especially the ones where they're just fucking with themselves. Where I'm just, why?
I don't think I watched Jackass the show. I rarely watched MTV. I've never enjoyed pop music in general, so there was just no reason for me to watch it. And I think by extension, I never watched Jackass the show, but I definitely saw Jackass the movie. Probably saw it in theaters. And like everything I remember about Jackass is from this movie. So when I was rewatching it, I saw some of the stuff. I'm like, oh, of course, I remember watching that growing up. I'm like, oh, these are all the stunts I remember from my childhood. I clearly just watched the movie.
The only thing that I remember, it's not even specifically Jackass, but more of just this type of thing, wasn't even from the videos. We were really big into playing the Tony Hawk video games, and some of them would have like story modes and plot lines where this kind of shit was going on, where you had to do crazy stunts and shit like that. And there was, they'd spin a wheel and you had to do something embarrassing and that kind of shit.
Well, yeah, speaking of Tony Hawk, he's going to
Yeah,
make an
he's in it.
appearance.
And probably one of my favorite part. No, it is my favorite part of the movie is the one where he's
Okay,
in.
yeah, there's a skateboarding part that we will expound on when we get there. And what's also very interesting about this movie is that you cannot get it in high definition because this was filmed
Really?
almost exclusively on old standard definition digital video cameras. And for anyone who doesn't remember this, ancient period of audio-visual technology, this is pre-camcorders having native hard drives. You would have a digital video cassette in your camcorder, and then you would have to take that out, put it in a unit connected to your computer, and your computer would have to run this external device and play through all the footage in real time to digitally encode it. A buddy of mine in high school had it. So if you shot an hour of footage, you would have to put it in this cassette reader and you would have to run it for the hour it took to have it go through all the footage.
Okay, that's fine. But I feel like nowadays there's a way to clean up the quality or stuff like that. Because, I mean, you get HD versions of stuff that was on old film stock or.
But weirdly enough, old film stock has higher resolution natively than some of the shit that was shot on video. I mean, I'm sure with like digital AI, like there's ways of upresing things that we may not be aware of, but at least in the Google Play Store, you could only rent this in SD.
Well, that's the thing. I think it's just a point of no one's bothered to.
Yeah. And as we will get to, there's good reason for that. This has got to be one of my favorite movies to do a podcast for because literally no notes. I don't
Me
have
too. I have literally no notes. We have a list from the wiki of here's the shit, like the little sketches, and we're just going to breeze through it.
Yeah, there's no plot to keep track of. There's no character arcs to mention. It is just, this is going to be a nice, easy breezy podcast record. Get to turn the old brain off. And honestly, this is probably going to turn out to be really short. So why don't we take our first break?
Maybe our only one.
Maybe our only break, depending on how things go. And we'll be back with the opening bullshit of Jackass the movie.
Nick, What are you doing on the roof of my house?
Oh, hey, John. Since we're reviewing Jackass this week, I thought I'd really get into the minds of those guys and try doing a stupid stunt.
No, dude, you're just gonna hurt yourself. You really want to get in the minds of unhinged alcoholics with self-esteem issues.
See, that's the thing. I already have a drinking problem and self esteem issues, but I've never had the urge to hurt myself doing something reckless. Maybe there's something I'm missing out on, you know?
No, I don't know. And you're not missing out. Look, clearly, we need to talk about how your therapy's going.
It's actually going really well and making some good breakthroughs.
Really? Okay, so why is it you have wings on your arms and wires attached to your balls?
Okay, this is all for my stunt. You see, the wires are hooked up to this car battery I got up here, and I'm gonna shock myself in the nuts while jumping off the roof and trying to fly. I call it shock and caca!
No, just no to all of that. You're going to wind up breaking every bone in your body. You really do not want to do that in this country with its for profit healthcare.
Oh, please, I'll be fine. All right, here we go.
Oh, thank God. Landed in the neighbor's yard.
And we're back. And we're going to start off with the opening logos of the film. You know, Paramount, the parent company of MTV. Obviously, they're going to be involved in this. We get the MTV astronaut. Apparently, MTV thought that having an astronaut was an appropriate mascot.
Because it's so out there, man. It's like the furthest you can get.
Yeah, and I think that's like original from when it launched in the 80s. There's always been some sort of astronaut. And then we get Dick House Productions.
I gotta say, I got a little chuckle out of that.
It is. That is.
I honestly thought it was gonna be the only time I was gonna laugh during the movie, but I was wrong.
Yes, it is. It says Dick House Productions presents, and the mascot for Dick House Productions is a stop motion chicken.
Yeah, something about it just tickled me. I just loved that logo.
And now we get to the most culturally significant thing you will ever see in this film, or at least experience, not necessarily see. You get to listen to O Fortuna.
Yay! Because that's not
Yay!
overused.
That's not overused at all, but you're going to hear O Fortuna, and we're going to get the giant shopping cart stunt that they put on the movie poster.
I feel like this was the trailer, maybe a significant part, because I was at least aware of this one.
Yeah, this was one where they clearly closed off a bridge somewhere in LA and did this stunt. They clearly did some acting, and I'm making big fucking air quotes right here to introduce all the guys. They're all like doing goofy stuff in front of the camera. And then we cut to them actually doing the stunt, which is them going down this bridge on this giant shopping cart. Some of them hanging on the outside, some of them hanging on the inside. All the while punching each other, just there's
Well, yeah,
so
why
much
not?
randomly punching each other in this movie. Like, not a safe work environment. Just, at any moment, some guy could just be like, bam, right in the face. And it's just like, you have to laugh it off and, just take it.
Yeah, no thanks.
No thanks. Those are not people I would want to have around as friends or
Nope.
coworkers or anything. And there's other reasons for that as well, as we'll get into. So they're going down this bridge, punching each other, falling off, some of them who are hanging off on the outside. And then I guess there are these like stunt cannons that shoot random debris in their face.
Yep, a lot of dirt. Absolutely, definitely, totally real concrete bricks, too. You can tell by all the concussions that didn't happen.
Good quality concrete will not give you a concussion. That's just science.
Regardless of velocity. And then they crash into a fruit stand because there's always got to be a fruit stand.
It's got to be a fruit stand. They definitely shot some of this fruit out of a cannon for effect. And now it's time for Jackass. And of course, they gave one of those before this all started. They gave us one of their signature, don't do this at home, you fucking moron warnings. And now we get the first prank of the movie, the rent-a-car crash-up derby, where Johnny Knoxville goes to a rent-a-car place, a private rent-a-car place, kind of a mom-and-pop rent-a-car.
Yeah, not a big name. This isn't Enterprise or Budget
This
or
isn't
anything
Hertz.
like that.
Nope. Rents a car.
Oh, it hurts.
Hey, but not in the way that they spell it. So he rents a car, declines the accident insurance or whatever, takes it to a modification shop to put in roll cages. Well, this is, of course, after he's spray painted it with the number three,
Yep.
just so you.
Spray paints the side, gets some very heavy duty work done, and takes it to a demolition derby. Oh, with blow up dolls in the
Yes,
back.
blow up dolls in the back for good measure, and absolutely fucks this car up.
Yeah. See, this is one of those a lot of fun. I feel for the guys who had to put up with the car coming back, but I have no doubts that obviously the production company like wound up buying the car. Those guys were obviously compensated, but the fact that they had to put up with it, just being an asshole when he
Yeah.
returned it. Otherwise, this one was a hell of a good time.
It was good. I remember this. Yeah, this is one of the ones I remember from the old childhood. And Johnny Knoxville almost gets crushed because one of the cars rides up the
Yes.
front of the car and the tire penetrates through the windshield.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was a thing. And as John mentioned, they take it back. Well, Johnny Knoxville takes it back and starts fucking with the owners, being like, "Yeah, I'm not going to pay for this."
Yeah, you're supposed to help me pay for it. Isn't that what you do here? And like, no.
No, why the fuck would we do that? And
This
he's
is this is the agreement, but that's just paperwork, man. That doesn't mean anything. And admits to being drunk while signing it and returning it, and then just walks out. He
yeah.
tells him he's going to let him think about it for a bit. He's going to step outside and grabs his blow up dolls and leaves.
It is kind of funny. This is kind of funny. Now we get skate bowling, where they throw Bam Margera and Ryan Dunn. Ryan Dunn, who died at 34, he is dead.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he got drunk and crashed his car. There seems to be a lot of alcoholism with the guys involved in Jackass.
What?
Yeah, weirdly enough, guys who are willing to put themselves through this much pain and humiliation might not be the most mentally stable. Just throwing that out there. Just throwing out possibilities.
That is an interesting hypothesis.
So skate bowling, for anyone who would like to know what actually happens in this bit, they run down a bowling alley chest down on a skateboard with a helmet on and ram themselves into the bowling pins at the end. Or if you're don't know which one was which, if you're the one in the Confederate flag helmet,
You get what you deserve.
you get what you deserve, which is a bowling ball to the nuts.
Yeah, the other guys just start rolling bowling balls as soon as he starts down the alley. And this is another one. It's dumb fun. There's a helmet, if I had a cup on as well, yeah, I'd probably do something like this. And then
Yeah.
you just get the fun reaction shots of, the random people just watching it, laughing their ass off. Like, look at these dumbasses. Obviously, it was cleared with the bowling alley beforehand because, there's automated machines to come and set the pins down and shit like that. And people, and cameras in the back and all that. So that's why they're not getting chased out or having the cops called or anything, as long as, they kept it to themselves.
Yeah, these are kind of the wholesome, bowling ball to the balls pranks that we can get behind here at Millennial Rewind.
Absolutely.
It's just good, wholesome American fun. Speaking of good, wholesome American fun, now we have the muscle stimulator. Johnny Knoxville, Chris Pontius, Aaron McGinney, and Dave England decide to shock themselves with one of those definitely not bullshit muscle stimulators.
This is another one of those where, why?
Yeah.
Or no, this is the first why. Yeah.
Yeah, the first
Not
of many
another one.
whys. Yeah.
This is the first one. Again, it's just them fucking with each other, but why?
Yeah, so this is one of those, infomercial, it stimulates the muscles and keeps you toned and da-da-da, and all you gotta do is just sit there on your fat ass on your couch, and no, it's bullshit. This is absolute bullshit. Just sends little electric currents through your body, but apparently you could crank these things up to the point where you feel incredible pain, and that's what they're gonna do here. They're gonna strap it to various parts of their body and just shock themselves.
Face, hands, nipples, taint.
Mm-hmm. Taint and
Or,
balls.
well,
Yep.
the gooch, as they call it. And fun fact, I had a teacher named Mr. Gooch. It was in elementary school. I think he was for music. That sounds right. I think he was the music teacher, was Mr. Gooch. And of course, I had no idea. And
And now you know.
I remember we had some relatives visiting or something. We had our report card and they look at it and they're like, Gooch? I'm like, yeah, Mr. Gooch, no idea.
Your relatives just trying not to burst into laughter.
Yeah, they definitely had that, okay, and I didn't know why they would think that.
Now we get what's called fatty fall down. So Preston Lacey, who is an obese gentleman, shall we say, sits down on a bench and crushes it right in front of old man passerby.
And when Old Man Passerby walked up and was just kind of standing there, I could have swore that that was the old man makeup because I remember they did, what was it called? Like Dirty Grandpa or Bad Grandpa, something like that. It was a Knoxville movie where they put all these old age prosthetics on him. And I remember not watching the movie, but following it just because the work to age him was so goddamn good. And the old man makeup does turn up in this movie, actually.
It does several times. I think that was Jackass Presents Bad Grandpa, and I think it got an Academy Award nomination for its special effects.
Yeah, again, that makeup work is phenomenal. It is absolutely phenomenal.
Well, anyways, it's just a regular old guy walking past Preston Lacey, whose pants split right down the back of the backside, so you get a nice view of his enormous ass.
No way that was rigged.
No way that was rigged. That was totally an accident. He just wanted to fall down, you see, and kind of weirds the old man out. And the old guy's just kind of like, the fuck did I just see? What? Okay. Guess you're fine.
Yep.
Later.
Another one I'm fine with. They rigged a bench. They're just doing it to shock some people.
It's like on the level of, I mean, almost on the, I mean, a little below the level in terms of, suitability, but like those old just for laughs videos,
Yeah.
prank videos. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Now we get a crazy one. Golf cart antics, where Johnny Knoxville, Bam Margera, Ryan Dunn, Brandon DeCamillo they start driving some golf carts. This must be like an abandoned mini golf course. Like there's no way that this was one that was still in use because they are smashing the mascots and the windmills and all the various obstacles.
I wouldn't be too terribly surprised if they managed to find a small golf course that just were like, hey, we're going to shoot some stuff for a movie and didn't tell them exactly what was going to happen, and got them to agree to it.
That is also another possibility.
That's actually something that happened with Caddyshack. They didn't list everything. And then, for like the gopher and all these other shots, they were digging holes in the fairways and greens and stuff.
And they're like, well, you agreed to it in the contract, so go fuck yourself. But I mean, here's the thing. That would be so ridiculously shitty because, like, they fuck this place up. And they're drinking, by the way. They are absolutely drinking while doing this and ramping up things. And
yeah, they fuck up a couple golf carts real seriously.
well, they almost fuck up themselves real seriously because
Oh,
Ryan
yeah.
Dunn and Johnny Knoxville
Oh,
ramp
yeah.
and they crash. They almost snap their necks in this.
Yep.
Yeah, they ramp up and the golf cart tips over and kind of crashes on its side. The roof just comes off and they very nearly snap their necks.
By the way, just we're early on. Unless specifically noted, like the helmets and the skate bowling, there's never any safety equipment.
Oh no, there's no safety equipment here.
In any of these, and again, unless we specifically point something out, you can assume there is no safety equipment.
Nope. And they're all dressed up like fancy golfers. That's another big thing just to add to the absurdity of what they're doing here. And now we get our first Japanese segment. Apparently for part of this movie, they decided to go to Japan and mess around with people there. And so Chris Pontius in his party boy getup decides to go to a Tokyo shopping center, strip off his clothes and dance around in a thong and bow tie.
A very shiny silver thong. You got to make sure people get the right mental image of just what the party boy getup is.
Yes, and he just dances up on people, makes them very uncomfortable. But also, here's the thing. Japan has this weird culture of humiliation, especially in their competitive game shows. So a lot of the stuff that they do there just gets shrugged off. I feel like
that's why they went there to do it, because I think it's funnier for people to be calm, to just kind of look at that and be like, Huh. As opposed to like all the "oh my god" shocked faces that you get in most of America.
There are very few shocked faces. There are a few smiles in general for all these Japan segments, but this is kind of one of those ones where it's like, okay, you're being a dick.
Yeah, and when he starts dancing up on people, like not grabbing them or anything, but twerking wasn't quite a thing. But
Yeah, like rubbing
but what
his
I'm saying,
ass
like,
on
yeah, you run
people.
up and like almost rubbing your ass, and they'll step away and just gonna be like, "All right, get away from me."
And there's some I don't he's either security guard or a cop who like is trying to like keep his shit together because he's clearly finds this kind of funny.
I feel he's definitely a store security guard. He's
Okay.
just uniformed. I think if that was a police officer and you grabbed his hat and threw it on, shit would not have gone nearly as well.
Deportation.
Maybe not that far, but yeah, something.
And then we get I feel like these are like palate cleanser bits where it's just like really short just to kind of go between the longer bits. We get Wee Man, who's a little person who just tries to break some boards with his head that you see some people do in certain martial arts and fails spectacularly, just bonks his head on a pile of wood.
And that's it. Like he doesn't slam it and knock himself out or anything. He just goes bonk. Ow, that hurt. Done. Next.
Ow my balls.
Yeah.
Then we get one of the ones that I remember very, very distinctly
Oh
from
yeah.
my
This is our
childhood.
very next why.
This is a why. Oof. So Johnny Knoxville and the gang are at some sort of exotic animal park. I'm guessing in the South. Who knows?
I'd say Florida.
Probably Florida. And they take a baby alligator and they get it to clamp down with its mouth right on Johnny Knoxville's exposed nipple.
Yep. And this goes on for a while. It bites a little harder, and they pry its mouth open with a knife.
Yeah, they have to jam a knife in sideways and then twist it to get the alligator to release him.
Alligators aren't very strong as far as like them opening their mouths, but when they clamp, man, you're not opening it if they don't want you to.
And then we get this was one of the crazier ones. So
Yeah.
Steve-O, another gentleman who's had alcohol and mental problems. Again, running theme for casting in this
What?
film. Yep, Steve-O, notorious with his struggle with alcohol, though he seems to have gotten his shit together in recent years. And,
All
good
right.
for him for getting his shit together. Found veganism. He's doing great.
Huh.
Yeah, which is very strange considering the amount of times they fuck with animals in this movie. Apparently, in later movies, like, okay, guys, we gotta like fuck with animals less because like I'm not cool with that anymore. But he's gonna fuck with some animals in this one. He's gonna put on a white jock strap and a helmet, and he's gonna try and tightrope over a pond full of alligators.
Yep, and they do have like people in the water and handlers and stuff to help keep it somewhat safe, but they even preface it with, well, hopefully he'll go limp and the gators will let him go if one catches him.
Yeah, they have to have the go limp conversation.
Yeah, and the hopefully it lets him go. There's no guarantee of how this is going to shake out, but he immediately fails at tightrope walking, yet manages to like grab the rope and keep himself up from getting snapped. They definitely jump up and try and get him.
A big reason why they jump up to try and get him is
Well, they
because
do it even before this.
well, yeah, but they start doing it even more when Chris Pontius, who's again for some reason in his party boy outfit nearby, comes into the pod and he puts some raw meat in the back of Steve-O's jockstrap to entice the alligators to jump up at him.
Yeah, they've got some raw chicken parts, and he's holding a few of them, so I don't know why that doesn't attract the gators to him, but hey, he gets it in the jockstrap successfully.
So then Steve-O makes it to the other side, and instead of getting the fuck out of there, he stands on the edge of the pool, kind of leaning back with the meat butt hanging out. And I have never seen a man look so scared in my entire
Oh, no,
life.
no, no. He didn't make it to the other side. He's still in the middle, holding on to the tightrope and leaning back for the gator to come and pull the chicken out. And as soon as it does, he lets go and runs across the pond to the other side, almost straight into the mouths of another one, and he has to kind of like juke and shimmy out of the way. He jumps out of the pond almost completely into its mouth.
just looked absolutely terrified. And again, this is one of those where it's like, why?
Yeah, why? I get kind of the logic that it's going to be attracted to the raw meat, so it's going to go for that, not so much you. So he's not just standing around in the gators. He's holding onto the rope. He's got his feet out so that he's leaning back and the chicken's dangling. But yeah, there is a severe chance that these animals are going to grab more than the chicken. So
So now we get one of the ones that I can't believe Bam's parents signed a fucking release.
this is how he would treat him in the CKY videos and stuff too.
But why would they let him?
I don't know. I don't get it. This is part of why.
Yeah, a major why. So basically, Bam apparently just professionally fucks with his parents.
Yep.
And he does so by fucking with his dad's sleep, who needs to get up early for work. And he does this by sneaking into his parents' bedroom and setting off fireworks in a trash can.
Yep.
Humor.
Yeah, again, I don't get it.
I don't get this one either. This isn't even remotely funny. And then the dad gets up and goes to his van to drive to work, and there's more fireworks in the van, and that's also funny, apparently. Moving on. So now here's another one where I'm like, why did you do this to someone else? Like, this is so shitty. I believe this is the one where they dress up as an old man
Mm-hmm.
and they steal from a convenience store on Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah, and for the most part, it's just fucking with people. I don't really care. He's shoving shit in his jacket, pretending like he didn't. Oh, I'm an old man. This is how you treat me, that sort of thing. The dude's like, yeah, you're stealing. Of course I'm going to treat you like this. Get all that shit out of your jacket and get out of here. And then he walks out, and there's this little like chef statue outside that he picks up and starts arguing with. And I laugh my ass off when he did that, though. After everything that had just happened, he steals the little statue outside of the store because I thought to myself, pick it up right before he did it.
You willed it into existence.
From the future.
Okay, but here's the thing. Out of everything that's like easy to put back, but like here's the thing. This is an immigrant convenience store owner on Hollywood Boulevard. For anyone who hasn't been to Hollywood Boulevard, it's a fucking shithole. It is a dangerous part of town. This guy probably has to deal with bullshit on an hourly basis, and you're just adding to it to add to his fucking burdens.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and that's why most of it I didn't care for.
Don't fuck with convenience store owners or workers. They got much more shit that they got to deal with. But hey, at least they don't have to deal with what happens next, because Dave England is going to go take a shit in a hardware store toilet.
And apparently he's been saving up for this. We're spared the details on what he ate or any laxatives he took, but apparently shits himself on the van as they're attempting to go there the first time, or one of the times.
Yeah, so I guess he had to save up again at some point.
Yep.
And I'm ashamed to admit this, I found this fucking hilarious when I first watched it when I was a teenager. But again, I was a teenager and I was a fucking idiot, so that's...
See, I remember hearing about this, and I was already out of high school. I was right around 20 when this came out. Even then, I was just like, I found it funny that someone would go do it, but I had enough sense to be like, I would not want to be the one to clean that up.
Nope. Yeah, so he comes in, sits down, pulls out a newspaper just for dramatic effect, and takes a big fat shit in this display toilet in this hardware store.
And I gotta say, as much as I disapproved of this, I'm actually very disappointed in the sound editing.
What are you disappointed in?
Well, when he's taking a shit, at first I was like, man, they must have like mic'd him somewhere because it's like splattery.
Yeah.
That's what you hear. And then the camera goes over and you see the shit, and it's just a big log. It kind of curls a bit, and that's it.
It's true. So they clearly did not mic him properly. They didn't have a butt mic.
Nope.
That's just unprofessional, honestly, if we're...
Unreliable sound editing. Is it shitty ADR?
Hey! Nice. But here's the thing, though. The guy who owned the place sounded like he was Southern, right? I feel like they filmed part of this in the South, clearly.
Yeah.
I feel like if you took a shit in a Southern hardware store owner's store, he would beat the living fuck out of you and or shoot you in the face. Like,
Maybe because they knew they were on camera? I don't understand how calm some of these people are when they're pulling crap like this.
or they might be in on it. They'd be like, hey man, can we pay you to we'll clean it up, we'll do whatever. We just want to have this guy, and you just pretend to be angry and chase him out.
Maybe. I mean, this is a documentary after all.
Legally, it is a documentary.
Jesus. Jesus
Despite our
Christ.
better judgment, John, this is in a very literal sense a
I
documentary.
know, which is amazing because in a way it's genre redefining because you think of documentaries as just, often very boring, but we're just going to tell this story of a thing that happened. No, no, what's a story?
What's his story? We're gonna go take a shit in a fucking hardware store. And then, I mean, this happens throughout the movie. I think we only have to talk about this once, but one of the filler bits they do is I think Johnny Knoxville, or somebody goes around with a pair of clippers and just sneaks up behind people and buzzes chunks of their hair out.
Again, something I'm fine with. If you're just with some dumb friends screwing around, yeah, sure.
But they do it to cast, they do it to crew. If you're a crew member on this, like you are liable to be fucked with. Like that is a stressful work environment. It's like, hey man, I'm just here to do the crafty. Please don't pee on me.
I think by the time it became a movie, you knew what you were in for.
Yeah, there was some very, very explicit releases that got signed by the crew members.
I think this connects to a character note in Shaun of the Dead.
Okay.
Because Ed, played by Nick Frost, throughout the movie, towards the back of his head, kind of low down, is a section that's been chopped out by a set of clippers for the whole movie. And it's like he's just so much of a slob, he didn't even get a haircut or something to fix it. It's something I've always noticed and have had to point out to people, and just seeing them do this reminds me of. But everyone, when it happens, is like, oh man, I just got a haircut or I got to get another one or something. These guys aren't even that bad
Nope.
as Ed is.
So now we get the mousetrap bit where Aaron McGahee or whatever the fuck his name is gets dressed up as a mouse and walks through on hands and knees, crawls through a room full of mousetraps.
I've seen so many variations of this, and it's always why the tons of mouse traps on a trampoline and jump on it sort of thing, like this going across the room. I've seen it in comedy shows where people are improvising a scene. It's like, oh, you dropped some, let me pick that up, but the stage is covered in mouse traps and they get snapped. I never really got it.
I think it was very underwhelming for them because at some point they start picking up the mousetraps and chucking at him, and then at some point someone just comes up and kicks him in the stomach.
They run up and start slapping him with mouse traps too, not just throwing it at him.
Yeah, they're like, okay, well, that was underwhelming. How do we actually make this usable? Okay, we're just gonna really go up and fucking hurt him. So, speaking of really hurting yourself, this is one of the ones that I severely did not enjoy watching, even though this is a self-inflicted bit. This is
More or less self-inflicted.
the bungee wedgie.
Oh, sorry. No, I was thinking ahead.
Don't do too much thinking. This is Jackass.
Okay, this one, yeah, bungee wedgie. This did not go the way I thought it would. They have some underwear hooked up with these very heavy duty bungee cords to a tree branch. And what I thought they were going to do is pull it down and have someone step in and then let go.
No.
Nope, that is not how this shit goes down. Instead, he climbs up into the tree, puts them on, and then jumps from the branch.
Yep. And the first time the bungee cords do not hold him, he just falls flat on the ground.
Yeah, like he just ripped through it or something, right?
Something like that. So yeah, he just collapses on the ground. The second time it does work, but it hurts him so bad, he bleeds in the underwear.
Yeah, it catches him, but only momentarily. They secured it on the sides and back. And so what happens is he winds up rolling forward and hanging from it.
Yeah, and then he gets out like being naked and they go up to inspect the underwear and see blood and I guess skid marks and yeah, great. It was a great segment. That's what I needed to watch.
Mwah. This is what we're here for.
This is what the Jackass fans require.
That's what I'm saying. If you're here to watch Jackass, this is what you're here for.
But now we get Johnny Knoxville going back to his roots. He goes to a shooting range in the valley. He puts on groin protection. He puts on a bulletproof vest because they're going to shoot a beanbag round out of a shotgun right in the stomach.
Yeah, so he puts on safety equipment just in case he doesn't get hit where they intend to shoot him, where there isn't any.
Also, did not wear any eye protection.
Nope.
Or ear protection.
Nope.
Just a vest and just groin protection. So he got the full effect of the loud. And this is an indoor range. So this is a shotgun going off. That's going to probably do some hearing damage. And, you know, if it goes into your eye, well, fuck you. You're shit out of luck, Johnny Knoxville.
You do get to see that they did a few practice shots beforehand to show that the guy knows what he's doing with aiming this thing. And a little behind the scenes material. There's footage they didn't use where a few shots had missed him, and he was getting like really spooked out by this that they left out of the movie. There were test firings and stuff first. He didn't just walk in and say, "Hey, shoot me."
Yeah, but he was again, this is one of those ones where you just saw the terror in Johnny Knoxville's eyes in the moments leading up to him getting shot.
Oh yeah, but apparently that was heavily edited out. This wasn't even close to how nervous he actually got.
Damn.
Yeah.
Now we get to a fun one of fucking with people in the streets. It was kind of this was kind of like good, clean fun. Wee Man gets into a giant traffic cone and just runs around Tokyo.
Yeah, this one was great.
This is a great one.
This one was really great. Yeah, he's obviously had like a radio in his ear or something. I'm not sure how he saw. Maybe they poked tiny holes that he could see out of or something. I'm not sure. Or maybe he was just told, hey, turn left, keep walking forward, in his ear.
And people are looking at it amused. Like, this is a fun prank where people are like, oh my God, is that happening? That's so weird. Ha ha ha. Like, that's the reaction. Even when he tries to go up a downward rolling elevator.
Yeah, this is the one I don't get. I don't get how no one just pushed the cone. This is another one of the Japan sequences, so maybe they're just way too polite. But yeah, he stops right at the bottom of a down escalator, and it's crowded, and people just work their way around him.
Some people look slightly annoyed, but others are just like chuckling because they clearly this shit happens in Japan all the time. They're like, okay, we're on a prank show. That's kind of good. That's kind of good. We're Japanese,
Yeah, I guess so.
Now, Spike Jonze actually gets in front of the camera because he's an old man makeup, and he's an old man in a rascal pretending that his brakes have been cut, and he just like flies down a downtown LA hill.
Yeah, I mean, this is another just for the crowd reaction. No one's getting fucked with. It's fine. He gets to the bottom, and someone that you see take off running gets to him really quickly and, make sure he's okay.
Yep.
And then it's like, oh no, it's not just the brakes. Nothing. None of this works. Can you push me back up to the top? I want to go again. Very nice.
Nobody got hurt. It's fine. This is a good one. And now we get ass kicked by a girl.
That's what it says on the tin.
That's what it says on the tin. We didn't come up with the title.
I'm just saying that's what it's called. That's what you get. That's all.
So yeah, Ryan Dunn goes up against Japanese kickboxer Naoko Kumagai, or I'm totally mispronouncing that. By the way, Ryan Dunn, I don't think had a good time during this movie. I feel like for all the things that focused on him,
he tends to have some of the worst stuff happen to him,
and he looks very unhappy about it. They dress him up in like a ladies fighting outfit. He's got like a sports bra on just to add to the absurdity. And we watch him get his ass kicked by a girl. She fucks him up. Like he's bleeding. Yep. And yeah, if you just want to watch a dude get the shit kicked out of him, go watch this.
Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing else to say about it. Onward.
Now we get Steve-O doing tropical pole vaulting. Why is this tropical other than you see one or two palm trees? Where are they that makes this tropical? I'm
guessing Florida again, just because, there was quite a bit with gators, and so.
Yeah, he pole vaults into a palm tree, pole vaults off a pier into the ocean. He also pole vaults into a ditch with like a rotting animal carcass in it and gets water in his mouth and clearly finds it disgusting because it is disgusting.
For the most part on this one, yeah, it's a bit of why, but I did have fun because he's just fucking himself up, and that's your own damn fault. So yeah, I had a bit of fun.
Then there's the shopping. I don't remember this. This is the one I don't remember. I'm just, again, going off the list of stuff on Wikipedia here. But the shopping cart attack says Aaron McGahee.
Oh, yeah. This was another one of those super brief interludes where a guy's running with a surfboard like he's going to try and go through a puddle with it. And as soon as he throws it down, he's jumping on a shopping cart just comes out of nowhere and knocks him over.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
And then here comes another fun one in Tokyo. Johnny Knoxville, Steve-O, Ryan Dunn, Wee Man, all the gang, they dress up as pandas and just start fucking around Tokyo.
Yeah, this one was a lot of fun because again, it's just them fucking around in a crowd.
Yeah, they go to a bar, they drink beer through the panda suits, they like just tackle each other. The best, though, the best.
There's some sort of like demonstration going on out in the street.
I don't know if it's a demonstration, but there's like a group of shirtless dudes like doing yoga together on the sidewalk.
And they just run up and start joining in, and these guys could not be happier to see these
They
pandas.
love this. Again, Japan must be a weird and wonderful place where just like you guys are running around in, panda costumes. Cool. We're doing shirtless yoga in the middle of a city street. This is normal life, apparently.
One of the guys in the shirtless yoga group, like, just immediately gets this overjoyed look on his face and grabs one of the panda masks and puts it on, and then just
Yeah.
goes back to doing what he's doing.
Gotta go to Japan at some point. I want to see the oddness for myself. Now we get Johnny Knoxville doing rocket skates.
This one was another
Yeah, because basically putting bottle rockets to his rollerblades to propel him. The first one's kind of dumb because he goes down a hill, so there's no reason.
He's going downhill on all of these. And on the later ones, there's like 3 or 4 different trials. They keep adding more and more bottle rockets. So when there's enough on there, you can see that it substantially adds to his speed. But other than that,
Yeah, he falls over and he has to like deflect the rockets away from him so he doesn't have
Yeah, just
bottle
kind of
rocket.
wait for the bottle rockets to finish going off and then get up and we'll do a little bit more. I didn't really care on this one.
Now we get the roller disco truck, and this was
Okay,
fun.
this looked like a hell of a lot of fun. I'd kind of be down for it as long as the truck didn't go that fast, because it'd be pretty easy to hurt or kill someone. But it did look like a hell of a time.
Yeah, like they all get in the back of a like a rider van, and they're all wearing disco stuff. They put up decorations. They're all got their roller skates on, and then Preston Lacey
It's
drives
Preston, yeah.
yeah, and just drives it really crazily through this parking lot, and they're just falling all over the place. This is a good one.
Yep.
This is a good one. In general, this movie is dumb and an indictment of our culture, but every now and then we got to admit we
Oh,
enjoyed
yeah.
some stuff. But now we get to one that I did not enjoy. I loved this one growing up. I thought this was hilarious, but like looking at it now as an adult and knowing what I know about certain things, this is just fucking stupid and actually kind of irritating and disrespectful. This is the Wasabi Snooters section.
Oh God. Okay. I can't stand wasabi under normal circumstances. I don't like the taste of it. I don't like the smell. I don't, or, some people are like, oh, it's not really wasabi, it's horseradish. Same with horseradish. I don't care for it. So this is just a giant why.
Yeah, this is back in Japan. They're in a sushi joint. They're sitting at the bar, and Steve-O, this might be real wasabi, but whether or not it's real, he makes a line of it like he's doing cocaine, and he snorts it. The Japanese gentlemen who are also customers find this hilarious as well, and Steve-O proceeds to puke onto the sushi plate that's in front of him. He just pukes
Yeah.
it ruins the sushi. That's so fucking disrespectful. The guy who made it for you is right in front of you. And my understanding of sushi chefs, especially ones in Japan, is that this is a journey they go on to learn how to make sushi. Like, you can spend years not even being allowed to touch the fish because you have to master the rice. If you are a sushi chef, particularly in Japan, you have dedicated years of your life to your craft, and to have some asshole just puke on it for a stupid fucking video is just,
You paid for it.
I know.
In more ways than one.
Also, for the record, I like wasabi, so John, I will have your wasabi.
Take it. And keep it all the way over there. Thank you.
And now we get another fun one. Wee Man and Preston Lacey, so, the little person of the group, and the colossal obese man of the group get dressed up in sumo outfits, and Preston Lacey chases Wee Man through the streets of Tokyo. It's great.
Yep, another one of those really quick interludes.
And then Johnny Knoxville and another dude goes around with a gong to like stun people in public in Japan. It kind of seemed a little dickish, but it was kind of
Only
low.
slightly. Like, it was still, it's fine. I didn't find it incredibly funny, but
Yeah,
it's fine.
it was a thing. And then we get another interlude. Steve-O jumps on a trampoline inside right into a ceiling fan.
Okay, again, why? Probably alcohol, you know?
There was a lot of beer on this set, apparently. Literally, I think it was Coors or Miller, like some brewing company sponsored this movie.
Oh, wow. Officially, okay.
Officially, beer consideration brought to like it's in the credits. I forget which one it was, but yeah, like there was a alcohol sponsor for the movie.
Yeah, because normally we point out, oh, this scene brought to you by, whatever brand is prominently on display. I didn't even really notice or look for it.
There's a lot of beer in some of these shots. It's very subtle, but yeah, it's Coors or Miller. It's one of those. But yeah, Jackass brought to you by alcohol. Alcohol. You'll do this stupid shit.
Right?
And now we get back to fucking with Bam's parents. Gotta be honest, I kind of thought this one was kind of fucking funny, even though it's not cool. They put an alligator in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Earlier, there was a brief little moment where Bam was saying, like, oh, we're not on TV anymore. We don't have to worry about censor. So I'm going to get my mom to say fuck. So I wonder how many things they had to do
To
before.
get her to say fuck.
Yeah, because this is the one that does it, but we don't see any other attempts, thankfully. But
Right.
they definitely kept messing with his parents just to get her to do that.
Yeah, so puts it in and she freaks the fuck out. It's the real alligator and she says fuck and I'm ashamed to say it. I found this funny.
I didn't. It goes on too long. And people just shrieking in general.
Okay, it did go on too long. It did go on too long, but there was a certain tipping point where it was funny and then it tipped over to being like, okay, they need to go to the next one.
It never crossed over to funny for me. Well, again, because like in real life, all right, it's okay. There's something going on. We need to find out. But if I'm watching something and you have someone shrieking, it's just a turn off for me. I can't stand it. I don't like it.
So now we're going to see Johnny Knoxville skateboarding down a rail. So he's with professional skateboarders Eric Costin and Clyde Singleton. And Johnny Knoxville is going to be going down this railing in the Confederate flag
Yay!
helmet. Clyde Singleton is also a black guy, but he doesn't give a fuck because he also at some point wears the Confederate flag helmet. So this is not a thing that bothers him, apparently.
It's because they're skaters and therefore rebels, see? So it makes sense.
With or without a cause. Cause optional. So Johnny Knoxville.
The cause optional rebel.
They put him on the rail. He doesn't jump up. Like, actually, they put the skateboard on the rail directly. They put Johnny Knoxville on the skateboard and they have him slide
And
down.
then just let go of him, yeah.
And just let go. And he gets all the way to the bottom before
How
he
did
wipes
he
out.
not break his ankle on that landing?
I have no idea.
I'm serious. The way he hit, God, how do you not break your leg? I broke my leg walking across a room. So when I see shit like this, I'm just, how?
I don't know. Like Homer Simpson in that boxing episode, they find out that his head is so thick and that's why he can take punches. Maybe Johnny Knoxville has Homer Simpson angles. Who knows?
I don't know, man. I literally have metal in my leg because I did that you roll your ankle sort of thing. And instead of stumbling out of it, I went down on it and broke my fibula.
Jesus. My legs hurt now.
Yeah. So again, anytime I see something like this and I see the way that foot hit, and I'm just like, oh, God. No, it's not floppy. Okay.
And just in case you'd forgotten that Preston Lacey had a big fat ass, the movie's going to remind you because he's going to get out of a jacuzzi wearing some tighty whities.
Oh, yeah, wearing some underwear. Haha. Just going for the gross out factor. Cool.
Yep. And now we're going to get to another just why. Because it's the paper cuts bit.
Oh, God.
Oh, God, indeed.
This is another one I had heard about. This is one of the famous, little segments on the movie. Oh, just thinking about it, man, it gets my spine twisting up like that.
So basically, Ryan Dunn takes, I guess it's a manila envelope or something, and just starts scraping the edges.
Jesus, I can't even listen to you describe it.
Webbing between their fingers and toes. And like, John, you're upset right now, but one of the camera guys is so grossed out by what they're doing.
Yeah.
He literally throws up and passes out.
Yeah, this is the second time he's thrown up in the movie. It was the same dude when the guy was shitting himself in the van. He gets out and pukes, and they're like, what? And he's like, I had to stay in there and film that, man.
And they also the sides of their mouths, Steve-O, his tongue, just, this was
why? Just why?
And then we get more Party Boy. Chris Pontius goes to some random fortune teller on the streets of Tokyo, and he's like,
Thank God we had Party Boy for a palate cleanser.
yes. So Party Boy, he's in a tracksuit, and he's like, "Hey, I already know my fortune. It's to party." And he tears it off, and he starts dancing.
Yeah, he takes off his jacket, does his tearaway shorts, and starts. And this is one of those where he starts to like grind his ass on the dude, and he just kind of gets up and moves away just enough, you know.
Yeah, he's got his boombox there to put on the party music. And now we get to John's favorite bit.
Oh,
Yeah, well, they call it sweaty fat fucks. But yeah, basically Matt Hoffman and Bam Margera put on fat suits and go to a skate park and try to
and
do
Tony
some skate.
Hawk.
Well, Tony Hawk is there as well, but you first watch Bam and Matt
Well, yeah,
Hoffman.
but I mean, Tony puts on the fat suit as well, and they're doing some stuff, and they do some pretty cool shit. I gotta say.
Well, here's the thing. Bam and the other guy do a lot of wipes. Maybe they didn't show any of Tony Hawk's wipes, but Tony Hawk seems to like be really, really good even in a fat suit.
Well, I mean, the man's the face of the sport for how many years?
I mean, still.
Yeah. I mean, it's
And I think Bam, he does like he slides along a railing and the weight causes the skateboard to snap in half and he falls down. Yeah, so there's just a lot of wiping
that
out.
can happen anyway. So
Yeah, but I feel like it's if you're in a 400-pound fat suit, probably more likely.
no,
Who
but
knows?
it's a fat suit to make you look like you weigh 400 pounds. They're not that heavy. I mean, you see them doing sit-ups and shit wearing these.
Okay, but they are definitely going to throw you off balance.
Oh, of course. But yeah, I mean, they do some stuff where when you've got a gap in the ramps, jumping that gap with someone underneath it, having 3 people go at once. One of them's on a BMX instead of a skateboard, and 3 go up, the 2 cross over the middle guy. I mean, great stuff, great stunts, just while wearing fat suits.
All right. Well, with fat suits to think of, we're going to take a break just to let our brain cells recover. But when we come back, we'll talk about the rest of this movie, technically. That is Jackass the movie. We'll be right back.
Hey guys.
Hey, look who it
Hey, welcome
is.
back, man.
Thanks guys. Italy was crazy. But it's good to get back to normal.
Oh, man, I'll bet.
So you said you wanted me to do a sketch for the Jackass episode that you guys did. That's not gonna spoil the fact that I'm coming back next week, is it?
Nah, it's fine. Pretty sure most people don't even listen that far anyway.
Oh god, I hope that's not true.
So, yeah, Jules, let's have you sit right here.
Yeah, right.
Okay. What the hell?
You got pranked, motherfucker!
Oh, we got you so good.
Is that a whoopee cushion? Your epic prank was to get me to sit on a whoopee cushion.
Hell yeah, you fell for it, man. High five.
Oh, yeah.
What are you, 8 years old? That's so stupid.
Hey, wait, where are you going?
I'm going back to Italy. You guys are stupid.
Aw.
Oh, come on, man. You don't have to be like,
He's gone. Whatever. That was awesome.
hell yeah. Screw that dude. This is our ticket to the big time now. Knoxville's totally answering our emails after this.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. And we're back. And we're going to start off this part of the podcast with Johnny Knoxville once again in an old man suit, lifting weights in a gym.
Oh, yeah. Another one that was just fine. They're not even really fucking with people. He's got a barbell, some small weights on the end, and just struggling to do some curls. Guy comes up and asks if he can help. No, I got it. All right, you need a spotter or anything, let me know. And then he takes a pratfall.
Yep.
And the dude who offered the spot is right on it, man. He's awesome. He runs over, lifts the bar up, carries it away.
Good to have those people around the gym.
Yeah.
Now we get a department store boxing match where they get professional boxer Butterbean
Yep.
to beat the living fuck out of Johnny Knoxville in the middle of a department store. I'm not sure where this department store is. I think it might be in LA, but yeah, they stage a fake boxing match where Butterbean throws real punches and knocks Johnny Knoxville the fuck out.
Yeah, knocks Knoxville out. Knocks him down pretty bad, and he's like, no, I'm done. And Butterbean's like, nope. No, you're not. Get
Fair
back
enough.
up. You got a little bit more to take, but I'll let you punch me first. Go ahead. And he's grinning. He's just grinning. And Knoxville comes up and punches him. And you can tell it doesn't do a goddamn thing. And he just launches into another attack and then actually does knock him out.
They have to bring the paramedic over. Knoxville definitely got a concussion. They immediately got to take him to the hospital. He gets stitches in his head.
I say, yeah, when he went down, probably from hitting the floor or maybe the counter, because like thankfully they didn't break any of the glass, display cases in this store. But he falls in that little gap in the counter for the employees to go in and out. And so whether he hit the wall or something, yeah, he split his head open.
I think it's when he quips, like after he's been like supremely socked in the head, he's like, "Yeah, tell Butter is Butterbean okay?"
yeah,
Something like that.
Is the other guy all right?
And now we get more fucking with convenience store workers because that's funny. This is the jousting in a convenience store.
Yeah. If they were just doing this shit down on the sidewalk or something, I'd be fine with it. But again, going through a store and just fucking with the employees, they got to put up with the general public anyway, man.
Yeah, that's not cool. Yeah, they're dressed up in like night outfits. It's a whole thing. They just fucking wreck the place. And so we go from fucking with people to fucking with animals again because we're now in Okinawa and Steve-O and Chris Pontius go find a sea cucumber because one of their local guides told them that the fear response of the sea cucumber is that it shoots out a milky white liquid, and so they find a sea cucumber.
These strings, basically. It's what they do when startled. I'm not sure how that's a defense mechanism of any sort, but
yeah, so they pretend to jerk off the sea cucumber like it's their dick, and then white stuff comes out, and ha ha ha, masturbation. We're messing with this animal.
Hey.
Now we get to more messing with animals because they're now going to go scuba diving in swimming trunks filled with shrimp.
Yep.
And they're going to go swim with some whale sharks. Chris Pontius's scuba vest, by the way, has a Ranger tab on it, as in a U.S. Army Ranger tab on the shoulder, I noticed. I don't know why that's there, but...
I didn't notice that.
Yep, it's there.
All right.
So they go scuba diving with shrimp in their shorts, and they get gummed by some whale sharks.
There's a couple times... I mean, these are some pretty big beasts. There's a couple times where if there was a different angle of approach... Yeah, I think it could have pretty much swallowed them.
Yeah, it could. The whale sharks have huge mouths and they like their shrimp. They're not going to attack humans, but hey, if you got shrimp in your shorts, they're going to want to get some of that shrimp.
But yeah, I mean, they swim up open mouthed. Yeah, the guys keep positioning or whatever, so the whale shark has to like basically come at their ass while they're sort of like a sitting position. But man, if they had straight legs or something, just whoop, straight in.
Yep. So that was a thing.
That was a thing that happened.
They put their dicks on the line for comedy.
So much fun.
So much fun. That was a fun bit.
Yeah.
But now we get to one that I did find fun. It's Johnny Knoxville getting tidal waved.
Okay, again, it's just, you know what? You want to do something stupid? Have fun, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, he stands in front of they just drop a shit ton of water on him and it blows him across a lawn.
One thing that I did laugh at, they added it for comedic effect and it worked because it's just so stupid, is for some reason he has a snorkel. It's not like it's going to do anything, but...
Nope.
It's
Nope,
not going to help. It's not there for any other reason. And I found that little touch just way too damn funny.
It definitely added to the aesthetic. And now we get to another one of just why. Because we watched Steve-O get his...
Well, Steve-O's, tend to be the wise. Steve-O and Ryan.
But this one, so first of all, this is where he gets his infamous back tattoo of his own face.
Ah. Well, you saw like part of it in the earlier clip, so I thought this was just him showing it off.
Right, but I think like he did it for the movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. But what comes after, again, I laughed at because this is just your own damn fault.
So this is the director of the movie giving him a tattoo on his arm while Henry Rollins, of all fucking people, drives a Hummer through a desert.
But it's sort of like an off-roader course because there's bumps and jumps and all kinds of stuff like that. So he's getting a tattoo while being driven through an off-road course.
Yes. Oh my God. This is one of the ones I remember.
Such a dumb idea.
So dumb. I distinctly remember this one from when I watched it as a kid. Yeah, so this is an H1 Hummer. This is the OG Hummer going through the fucking desert. And then he gets off, his arm is bleeding. It's not a smiley face because they're trying to do a smiley face on his arm. It's like, I don't know what the fuck he came out with, but that is not.
It's a scatter plot. That's what it
It is
is.
a Rorschach test on his arm.
It's not even that coherent.
Hey, you're right.
It's the most what the fuck connect the dots you've ever seen.
It's like a dot matrix printer had a seizure. So then we get this weird merry-go-round bit. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened here. So Aaron McGahee, he gets on this merry-go-round thing, and then they attach it to a rope, and then somebody drives the car away, and then it spins him.
Yeah, they'd wound the rope around a few times and attached it so that it would basically the merry-go-round spins very, very fast so you get flung off.
Slash super dizzy, and as he's like, trying to get his balance back, somebody surprise attacks him with their hair clippers.
Womp.
Yep. And now we get to another one, which is just, God, why? It's called Ass Rockets.
Oh god. Yeah, well again, it's Steve-O, man. It's Steve-O and Party Boy.
Yeah, so they're still in Tokyo. They're on the roof of this building with this. I don't know who this guy is with the long hair. There's a guy who's like clearly in his 40s with the long hair who just like kind of pals around with this group. But they're on the roof of their Tokyo hotel. And Steve-O, who's like shirtless with like skimpy underwear, puts a bottle rocket up his ass, like the
Just
stick
the little
portion,
stick part, yeah.
and lights it and sends bottle rockets out into the city because that's a funny thing apparently.
Mhm. And then Chris Party Boy does one where he's wearing the type of underwear where like your dick has its own sheath, basically.
Yeah.
And so then they tie a string around that to the bottle rocket so it gets tugged. And then they combo move it.
Yeah, they combo move it. Burn your asshole and rip your dick off like it's.
Yeah. So again, a bottle rocket stick in the ass for Steve-O, and then that is tied to Chris's dick. I'm still so happy I never watched this.
Yeah, not worth it. I don't think I'll ever watch this ever again. It's the only thing I'm grateful for is it's giving us like a very short episode here. But the time where they attached it to Chris Ponch's dick and have it go out of Steve-O's ass at the same time, because it's attached to a piece of string, it nearly whips around and hits that guy that I was talking about who had to had a near miss with this bottle rocket. Again, I would have had no sympathy if he was,
Yeah, that's why I'm
hurt.
giggling now because I mean, you asked for it, man.
Yes, for like, why are you saying that? Everyone's standing over, like, way the fuck away from this. You are standing right where it's happening, you moron. Anyways, moving on. Now we get another one where Ryan Dunn is very unhappy with the choices he's made in life because it's BMX tug of war. We're back to the same, I guess, desert area where they did Devo's tattoo. And he's having a tug of war where he's on a BMX bike strapped to Preston Lacey, who's just sitting on a bench or sitting
Yeah.
down somewhere.
Yeah,
And
I
he's
thought it
got
was
to
a
try.
couch. Like they
Or a
thrown a
couch,
couch
yeah.
out there. Yeah, so Preston's sitting on the couch and Ryan rides past him with this rope type, connecting him and just gets launched off of the bike.
Right, but he tries to ramp over there's like a ramp
Yeah,
incline
but he
that he tries
fails
to.
because he doesn't. In the credits, there's like some outtakes, and you can see Preston get pulled off. I didn't notice it during the segment. You see it later at the end. He does get pulled off a little bit, but Ryan gets just launched off the bike right in to a group of some cacti.
Yeah, it's right below the ramp. So he is just clearly pissed off. He's like, this is the stupidest fucking thing that I've ever had to do. Pin in that because it's not the stupidest fucking thing he's going to do in this movie, but he was like, this is really fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I doing this? God damn it. Like he was clearly unhappy with what he had to do.
I did get enjoyment of him trying to correct people in that he's landed in cacti because there are multiple plants there and they're like, it's cactus. He's like, dude, it's cacti, you motherfucker. Like all of a sudden there's this debate.
There's a semantic debate
Yes.
in the middle of Jackass.
About whether or not cactus or cacti is the proper term that one must use in this situation.
Oh my god. And again, this is one that I don't remember. Grandpa falls asleep. Spike Jonze, an old man suit, pretends to fall asleep in traffic. This is not ringing any bells in my head.
Yeah, it must have been one of those like 2-second interludes because I did not see this either.
Cool. All right, moving on. That apparently happened according to Wikipedia. John and I don't remember. But I do remember this, and God, this is gross. Yellow snow cone.
Oh, yeah. Again.
Yeah. Take that old
Why?
school.
Why?
Yes, take that old yellow schoolyard thing about, oh, yellow snow because somebody's peed in it, and
Yeah,
it's.
don't eat the yellow snow.
But Aaron McGahee is going to eat the yellow snow. Yeah, he literally makes a snow cone out of snow, pisses on the snow cone, and eats the snow cone. And
And
because,
saturates it. He doesn't just do a little shot on there. He unloads.
yep,
He
just
saturates this and takes, I wasn't counting, but at least 3 giant mouthfuls. Not a little nibble, not a
nope.
taste, but just a big bite. And he's obviously grossed out by like, do another one, do another one. And he does another one. And yeah, I mean, it's Jackass. So
It's Jackass, but I think because he was not reacting as largely as they probably wanted for this bit, dude comes up and just fucking attacks him, just starts hitting him.
I'm just going to throw a speculation out there. Brought to you by alcohol.
Brought to you by this. I mean, yeah, as we have established, this movie is brought to you by alcohol, specifically, I think Miller and or Coors, one of those major breweries. Yeah, this movie brought to you by alcohol. Then we watch Wee Man kick himself in the head.
No, yeah, another fun little. Yeah, I'm not even going to repeat it. Leave it in.
Nope, doesn't matter. Now we get to another one of Bam fucking with his dad.
Seriously, how are there not restraining orders?
What is this? Like, what is this segment? Because literally his dad's trying to take a shit, and Bam just goes in and starts wailing on him, tears his shirt off, and I guess steals his pants as well, and just leaves his dad naked on the toilet.
Yeah.
Why?
Who is way too calm about this whole thing?
They must be getting paid. They must be getting paid. They must be
I
somewhat
guess?
aware that shit's going to happen to them. There's no ways if they weren't getting compensated, they would put up with this. You would hope not, at least.
I guess. I don't know, man.
Cool, that's done. Now we get to one that I did enjoy.
Okay.
Golf course air horn. This was great. I fucking love
hate
this.
golf anyway, so
Yes.
I had a lot of fun with this one. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about you, John, but I learned to play golf growing up, and a lot of golf was watched around me, and it is as boring to play as it is to watch, and I have no sympathy for anyone who gets fucked with on a golf course. Just none.
Yeah, a lot of golf was watched around me. They tried to teach me. I find it very frustrating. I mean, I'm bad at it, and I don't care to get any better, but I would kept getting taken, so I just hated it.
I never was like, I never went to a golf course to play golf out of my own volition. It was just because a buddy wanted to play, or I was going for a golf lesson, or like I had to go. I was never like, oh, goody, I get to go play some golf today.
I was at Birds, if you know that bar over in Hollywood.
Yes, I do.
I was sitting at the bar. I was waiting probably to meet up with Jules or something. I was just having some lunch. And there was a table of some guys talking. And somehow we just got to chatting and golf came up and just how horribly against it I was. and I was like, dude, if I want to go for a walk and get pissed off, I'm just going to walk out of here and try and cross the street 3 times in a row. And I'm just saying shit like this. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have another porter and da da da. And the manager came out of the back room, which is like right there, and kind of pulled the bartender aside and was like, you need to quit arguing with the customers and drinking on the job. Because it was this very specific beer that I absolutely love. And, I understand a lot of people don't like the darker beers. And I'm like, miss, that was me. She thought. Apparently this guy hates golf too. And he almost got written up at work because I was arguing with another customer.
That's fucking fantastic.
More fun than watching this movie. But
Yep.
this segment's pretty great. So let's get back to it. What's actually
let's get
happening?
back to it. So basically, I mean, again, it's also the kind of people that are attracted to golf in general. The ladies they start fucking with at the beginning of the segment are Karens. They look like Karens. Like every picture you've seen of a Karen in modern times, their style, their haircuts, their sensibilities have not changed since the early 2000s.
If ever?
If ever, the Karen abides is one of the things. And so they're just blasting these air horns. They're all dressed in like camo and kind of hiding in the trees that line your typical golf course where the rough is. And they just honk these air horns as they're trying to take swings at their golf balls, and they're absolutely fucking their shots up. It's delightful to watch.
But I also loved the retaliation from some of the golfers too, because you're fucking with people playing golf. You deserve it too. There's
Oh,
one
yeah.
guy who turns and literally throws his club at him. And there's another dude who, like, they fuck with him while he's trying to tee off, so he puts another ball back and then turns and starts shooting shots at him. I love this segment.
Amazing. And that same guy who hits the golf balls at them, like, comes over, threatens to kick their ass, doesn't kick their ass because, he clearly saw the cameras. But it's so funny, they find him later, like, I guess at the, back at the towards the clubhouse.
Didn't I tell you I was gonna kick your
No, but,
Oh,
like,
no, this is a different guy,
so they're back at the clubhouse, and the guy that smacked the golf ball at them is in his golf cart, and he sees them, and he flips them off as him and his buddy drive away.
Yeah.
It's great. I am pro fucking with people on golf carts with air horns. I would watch an entire movie of just this. But now we got to get back to fucking with animals, not just people, because Chris Pontius gets in an animal outfit and starts fucking with a mountain lion.
And by fucking with a mountain lion, slowly crawling towards it.
But clearly, this animal's not happy with that. Very, when a
Oh,
cat
yeah.
hisses.
Yeah, it is absolutely giving back the fuck off vibes. I mean, it's growling, snarling, ears are back, everything.
Yeah.
And he gets slapped in the face. I mean, with this whatever, suit he's wearing.
Don't fuck with animals like this. Like, it's cruel. I didn't enjoy this. But now we get to one that I did enjoy, because this was a proper stunt. This is the burglars bit.
Oh, yes, this one was fantastic. Specifically because of one innocent bystander.
His reaction is priceless. So, there's this library or office or...
I took it to be like an office building. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's a law firm or what. There are a lot of shelves of books and that sort of thing.
So there's just these three guys in there. There's two white guys and a black guy with long dreads. And they're just doing some work, doing their thing. And then all of a sudden, the roof, the ceiling crashes down. And Johnny Knoxville and Bam just fall to the ground in like burglar outfits and fake diamonds spread everywhere.
Yeah, like they've been crawling through the vents doing some sort of like shitty ass heist. And they start, get the diamonds, get the diamonds, get the diamonds. And oh man, the black guy.
So the white guys just kind of like back up, kind of look on in bemusement.
Yeah.
And this black guy, split second after the crash happens,
He nopes the fuck out of there, man.
he books it out there. Like, he bursts out of the office. There's just footage of him sprinting down the street.
They had cameras outside, just set up probably for just in case something happens. Yeah, and they watch him haul ass. And he comes back. They're still there. They have a little chat with him. They're like, "Oh my god, you took." He's like, "Yeah, dudes with masks busting. Nope, I ain't a part of that."
Nope, I am not getting fucking roped into that.
Yeah, whatever's going on, I am not a part of this.
And now we get to the final big bit of the movie, and this is not a fan.
Yeah.
Ryan Dunn wasn't a fan either, but he drew the short straw again, so he's the one who had to do it. I think they were saying that initially Steve-O was going to do it, and then Steve was like, well, my dad would disown me if I did this, so I'm not going to do it.
So that's where the line is.
Yeah, the line is shoving a toy car up your ass, because this is the butt x-ray prank, question mark. Anyways,
Yeah.
Ryan Dunn puts a toy car in a condom, lubes it up, and it's so crazy because it's clearly like a giant tube of medical lubricant.
Yeah.
But to block the brand name, they just put a big bit of gaff tape over it and write ass lube.
Which really made me feel like they were fucking with him and like the car wasn't even the point. I just figured like they covered up the label and just told him that's why, but that this was actually a tube of Bengay or Icy Hot or something like that to get him to rub that on his asshole.
That would have been a better prank. That would have been better.
But no, it's lube and he puts a car in his ass and goes and gets x-rayed because he's just not feeling well. He doesn't know what happened.
Yeah, and so the doctor, instead of, I don't know, investigating or whatever, just gives him an x-ray. This is clearly in Florida. This is probably a Cuban doctor. Takes the x-ray. And look, this is stupid and a waste of medical time and resources, but I will say this. The nurse's reaction to looking at this x-ray is fucking incredible. The look of disgust and judgment and just, the look in her face is just incredible as she looks at the fucking x-ray and looks at Ryan as just like,
And that is countered by the doctor's absolute professionalism.
absolute
He
professionalism.
is not even phased by this. He's like, well, at first when he's first looking at it and he's speaking in Spanish and he's like, oh my God, there's a little car in here. But when he goes and talks with Ryan, he's like, yeah, okay, see this? That shouldn't be there. That's a car. And he's like, okay, so I'll just pass it. No, you're going to need help with this, but you really shouldn't talk to anybody. Like, don't tell anyone you did this. Don't tell anyone you happened. He points at the cameraman and says, that guy knows that's too many people.
I think this doctor was implying he needed to go murder the cameraman to prevent there from being any witnesses. Like, you need to make this guy disappear. I'm not gonna, don't need to know how. I'm just letting you know. And I think Ryan Dunn is like, yeah, I passed out at a frat party and I woke up and my ass started hurting. Like, that's the story he gives him. Ha 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 ha. Getting raped at a frat party is hilarious.
I've known some people in the medical industry, and usually the excuse they get is, I fell.
Yep.
Yeah, I fell, and this tangerine just happened to go all the way up my ass. You know, that
The
sort of
best
thing.
one that I've heard happened recently within the past year.
Oh, yeah?
Guy got a World War II artillery shell stuck up his ass.
Spent or live?
I hope spent. And gave the doctors the I fell.
Oh my
The
God.
excuse about it. I just happened to fall in this artillery shell and it's up my ass now.
My favorite is from Scrubs, actually. I believe it was Dr. Cox. He's looking at an x-ray and he just goes, well, there's either a light bulb up this guy's ass or his colon has a really great idea.
I remember that. So anyways, that's that. And just to end the movie off, Johnny Knoxville gets catapulted into a bayou, and then there's
That looked fun.
that looked fun. I would do that.
I'd do that, yeah.
But then it's
There's someone in a boat with confetti shakers and just, yay, Johnny Knoxville's okay. And he has the little gun that shoots a flag out that says the end. It's a really, really low note to go out
very
on.
low note, like a very anticlimactic note to this whole thing. And I think they knew that this was anticlimactic because they filmed what happened next. So you see, you go through the credits, you see the outtakes. We learn that there was a beer sponsor for this film. And then you get to the end of it, and I think this must not have tested well. As you pointed out, John, deflated ending to this whole thing, because the guy with the mustache who had the confetti shakers says to him, after this, you're going to have to do Son of Jackass. And that gave them a conduit to doing a better ending. They did this clearly cinematic ending. They actually filmed this. It's not on video. Did you watch after the credits, or did you spare yourself this?
I don't believe I saw this. I mean, I watched the outtake stuff. I remember the Son of Jackass thing. Was it like the very end of the credits then?
Very end of the credits. So he says, where they're all in old guy makeup and it says in 2063 and they're all like,
oh no, I did see that. Yeah. With all the explosions and shit going on.
Yeah. So they're all in like old guy makeup. And this is clearly a scripted special effects scene because they're all like walking down and getting blown up and things falling on them. And I think they just went over the top just to have a proper ending. And Steve-O's the one that survives.
Yay!
Yay! This is over.
Oh, yes! Yay!
The movie is over. I'm so glad I didn't have to watch this through twice. As soon as I found, you were like, Nick, you don't need to do detailed notes. Just write down what the bits are. And then I looked on Wikipedia. They had already made that list for me. Didn't have to watch it again.
Yeah, we had a little meeting the other day. Just, a little prep thing like we usually do. And I was like, dude, I didn't even take notes because I know you're going to have a list and I'm just going to give my reaction. It's just exactly what we did.
Yep. So that is done. That was Jackass the movie. And before we go, of course, we as millennials know that every movie and TV show, including Jackass the movie, has a moral for us. So, John, what did you learn today?
I didn't learn anything from the movie, but today I did learn that people outside the U.S. find legal disclaimers very funny.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
They've been around my whole life, so I'd never thought of it a different way, but yeah.
Oh, I just remembered one last little detail about the movie. We get to see the toy car coming that's been pulled out of that Ryan Dunn's ass.
Yeah. Thanks for reminding me of that.
Poopy condoms. Yeah. I feel like the audiences and the fans would be disappointed if we didn't point that out.
That's true.
Anyways, what I learned is that I don't feel bad at all for any of my life choices. I may not have achieved my dreams yet, but at least I don't have any film footage of me with a car shoved up my ass. So that's made me feel good. And before we go, of course, we need to tell you what we're doing next time. So, John, what do the folks at home have to look forward to?
Probably a metaphorical car up the ass because we'll be checking out 1997's Batman and Robin.
I mean, depending on what you're into, you could also have a little literal car up your ass while you watch it. Like, we're not here to judge unless you're making a Jackass film.
Mhm.
And do you have a review for us to get us all excited for this metaphorical car up the ass?
I do. I'll try and just do excerpts here. This was a hard review to find. Batman and Robin, famously bad. And there were surprisingly a large amount of serious good reviews. And that's not what I went looking for.
No, we don't need any sincerity for fucking Batman and Robin.
No, but instead I did find this. First off, I have and PhD in the arts of theater and drama and really enjoyed my years in England's finest drama school. I remember very clearly how our tutor always tried to bring out the finest performance of ourselves and always used to give us homework of watching this piece of art and watch closely how George Clooney and Arnold emit their finest theatrical acting. One of the few aspects many don't notice while watching this film is how philosophical it is. The whole concept of teamwork between the Bat Squad really brought a tear to my eye. The whole idea of Robin using fake lips while kissing Poison Ivy symbolizes how we men always wins. Yes, how we men always wins over toxic girls in our lives. The screenplay in this movie is on point. The human being that came up with all the ice puns really deserves an Oscar and a comedy prize. I cried my heart out in laughter just hearing all the puns. And one time, I went all the way to fourth base with a girl just by watching this on our first date. The costume design is magnifico. I have also an PhD in costume design.
Oh my god.
And the whole Bat Nipples idea is magnificent.
Okay. Oh my god.
I don't
Oh my
have
God.
words to describe how much this movie means to me. In the end, this movie really shows us what it means to be a superhero and our duty for justice. And
my
that's not
God.
even a third of this.
That was a lot. That was a lot already. So now we know that Resident Evil is an intellectual film and Batman and Robin is
Is
a
philosophical. Yes, that is really what we learned today.
Oh my god. And that's our show. If you liked it, please subscribe. If you loved it, please share it with all your friends. And whether you liked it or loved it, we'd appreciate it if you gave us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts to help others find us. Also, be sure to like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter. Links to both of those are in the show notes. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time for another episode of Millennial Rewind.
Bye.